Hey, what's up, guys? Justino here, and I wanted to bring you something a little different today. I know you guys are more familiar with my Yu-Gi-Oh content, but I've really been enjoying One Piece lately, and I wanted to share this blue purple crocodile deck that I took to Top Choice Gaming's Manga Shanks tourney the other day on January 15th. I think the deck performed really well. I think it was just like a lack of testing that I needed. And yeah, I mean, we went X3 in 7 rounds. I think we just missed top 8. There was a chance for it if we didn't lose our final round, because it would have been X2. I played against two green kid, I think 2 red Zoro, one red Luffy, 1 blue Dofi, and 1 red green Law. And I lost to the blue Dofi, I lost to 1 red Zoro, and I lost to 1 of the green kids. The deck played really well. Like I said, I just wanted to share this list. Thought it played really well. Just, you know, some testing mistakes, and I think there is some stuff in here that could be improved on, and I just kind of want to share this list, get it out there. And yeah, I would like to broaden more into like One Piece content. So let me go ahead and give you guys the list. If you guys have never seen this leader, he's a Dawn 1. If I activate an event and I have 4 less cards in my hand, I get to draw a card. And I can only do that if I haven't done it that turn before. So I can do it on my turn once, and then once on my opponent's turn as well. So he just gets me a lot of card advantage, which is why I really like him. So for starters, we played 4 1-drop Law. I think this is really standard. It's just 1-drop blocker. I don't think I have to explain much there. 2 of Miss Doublefinger. This was a card I was like whatever about going into the tournament, but I felt like just playing it anyway because it was like a nice 3-drop I could play on curve if I didn't have anything else. But more or less, she's for like purple. Like you kind of don't want to king this because I plus. And then it's okay into like green because like they might not want to rest it and then kill it because I'll draw, but it was okay. This might be cuttable, but I don't really know what I would cut yet. I played 3 of the Mr. 2. Only reason why I didn't play 4 is because I didn't have a 4th. I mostly played him because he's a 2k counter that's searchable as Baroque Works. His skill does come up. It's Dawn 1 when attacking. You get to look at top 5 and add 1 Baroque Works type event card to your hand. I don't really like him for the actual like skill because the only things you can add are Spada and Baroque Works itself. So there's not much you can really do with it. More or less, it was a 2k counter that was like searchable. I only had 3. Not sure if I would have played 4 if I had a 4th, but he was okay. More or less, I just used him as a 2k. I think I summoned him like once. And then you have your MVP, Miss Sunday. She's fantastic. She's a blocker that's on KO. You get to add any event card from your trash back to your hand. So she helps you recycle Love Beams, Blast Breaths. Like, she's absolutely an MVP. Just all around like an insanely good card in the deck. And then I played some Pacifista engine. I just played the 4 Centauro and 3 Pacifista. I didn't play Kuma's and I didn't play the 1-drop, or not the 1-drop, but the 1 blocker. My reasoning for adding the Centauros is in testing, I noticed that the games that I would lose late game was getting really out of hand. And I remember my friend and I were thinking that I needed like a late game card, like a Kaido or maybe like Doflamingo or Mihawks. But I figured that the only reason late game gets out of control is because I don't have control mid game. And so this helps me get mid game presence. So usually I'll try and go first and I'll try to mulligan for this. And then it's absolutely insane because like turn 3, not turn 3, but when I have 3 Dawn, I'll play it. And this demands a response immediately, and if it doesn't, I just keep on getting value out of it. So it helps me, like, if they out it, that's totally fine as well. It lets me just, like, keep up in the mid game because I have to use resources to out this. And then I can slowly get to the late game where this deck kind of excels with just, like, keeping my, my big guys alive. So this worked great. I thought about playing Kuma's just for, like, Kaidos, but it was, like, I didn't know what else to cut. Like this felt fine all day. I think one of my losses, I never saw this engine. Oh, against Blue Dolphin, I never saw this. I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but would have been nice to have it. But yeah, I think it was a necessary inclusion to do well. I was also on Jinbei this event. Only reason I played 3 is because they didn't have a 4th. Don't know if I would have played the 4th. Because I was only on 3 Teaches before. My reasoning for playing Jinbei over Teach, even though Jinbei is more situational. I don't know which one is better still. Teach is a 4-drop 4K. This is a 4-drop 2K. Teach bounces the hand. This bottom decks it. And then Teach is also a 1K counter. This is a 0 counter. And this is a trigger. My reasoning for playing this was because when I'm going second, it never feels good to like Teach bounce things like Nami or like a Zoro or even like things like a Perona or something like that. But Jinbei was, I think, really, really good. Even something like Nico Robin. Nico Robin is insane against this deck because Nico Robin just outs the Sunday. But I think Jinbei was fine. I never got to trigger it, but in theory, I think it was really, really good. I did use it a few times. I think I only swung with it like once or twice. But its effect of bottom deck stuff like really, really matters. Only thing that it doesn't really have is presence, which I think Pacifista makes up for. Like I think if you're playing Teaches, like Teach is fine because then Teach can actually swing by just committing 1 Dawn. This you actually have to commit like 2 or 3, so it just depends. This is the worst card in the deck, and I am gonna cut it. I didn't like it before the tournament, and I didn't like it after. I never dropped this in tournament at all. This is a card that I only would ever play when I'm super far ahead or I felt comfortable playing. And to be honest, I never felt comfortable playing it at all. I felt like I had to keep up some kind of tempo or at least keep active Dawn to play on my opponent's turn. If you don't know what he does, he has Banish, and then Dawn 1, all your blue events are now -1. So you play Spottis for 0 and Level Ups for 1. He's a 1K counter, Baroque Works. That's literally like the only thing that mattered for me. I was just searching him if I needed to, and then just pitching him as a 1K counter. I still don't know what I would replace him with. I am looking to add like 4-drop blocker to this list or like something else. The only thing I don't like about like, for example, like cutting this or like the double finger or even Mr. 2 is like I don't have a lot of Baroque Works cards already. So it kind of makes the 1-drop event like a little more mid. So yeah, but I don't really like this guy. Another reason for not cutting him is because I didn't have many other 7K attackers. So I felt like cutting him would have made the deck much more weaker to late game. Like it's really hard to deal with Kid in this list. Or at least that was an issue I had. Like the Pacifistas definitely help with like mid game, but late game, if you don't have any big bodies, like you're not adding a Kid that's being able to get protected. On in the events, I played 2 Baroque Works. I think I tried 4 at one point. Terrible, just because there's not very many good Baroque Works cards besides Sunday. And then I went to 3, and then it just like I felt like I never needed it. And then 2 was okay. I was seeing it at the event. I never really played it much either. This was a card where sometimes I would draw it and I wish I saw something else. So sometimes I would pitch it off like Queen, or I would just like hold it to like plus off of a like, activate this, grab something and then draw one. It wasn't something I was always playing every time I drew it. It was okay. I think 2 is okay. Just because there's not very many good Baroque work cards you can get. Most of the time I'm grabbing Sundays or I'm grabbing Mr. 2 because he's a 2K. That's it. And then you're playing 4 Spada. This is the other Baroque Works event. This card is really, really nice. I got to trigger it once. It's the trigger is just the Queen effect. But it was good, the 2K counter, and just getting to look at top 3. Like, it's so good getting to, like, look at top 3 to block some damage. Like, it's a 2K counter, you would play it. I get a block damage, look at top 3, and sometimes if I would see, like, a 2K counter or, like, another event, I would leave it on top instead of going bottom, draw one, and or draw like a 2K counter. So it lets me have more protection into the next battle as well. So this card is really good. This is the best card in the deck, Level of Mellow. Being able to recycle this or just +2, because you go, if you have 4 in hand and then you go Love Mellow, you draw off this, and then on resolution of that you draw off leader. So you get to draw 2 usually off Level of Mellow. And then, like, it's like you'll always have cards in your hand, which is really, 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 really nice. Like, you'll be at like 4 cards, 5 cards, and then out of nowhere you'll play like 3. You'll like counter your opponent, and then you'll play this, and you'll just replenish your hand. So this card is insane. There was a cool thing I got to do at the tournament where I had 3 in hand with 2 Loves, and my opponent swings for 11k at me with Shanks, and I go Love, and I comboed out to 13k, and I drew one, and I drew 3. It was so insane. It was really, really cool. I think I comboed out 8k twice that tournament. It was I think against 2 reds where Shanks would swing in at leader for 11. One of them was the double Love to draw 3. Another was like Love plus Blast Breath, and then I was able to draw 2 off that and just like stay alive and like come out on top. So this card is amazing. For purples, I played 4 X-Drake. This is just a 2k counter. I really thought about summoning him a couple times just because the whole name of the game is like survive as well as protect your guys, and then eventually your opponent gets low on card advantage because you're just trying to like play for board presence, and then towards the end of the game you like start hitting for their life. And sometimes my opponent would have 1 card in hand, and I would really want to play this, but I'm not in a position to like take more damage, or I needed the 2k counter to maybe protect my guys. But it does come up sometimes. He's just on play -1 Dawn, and your opponent discards a card. So yeah, he's really good. 2k counter mostly. 4 Queen. This is like the like the best purple card. This card helps you stay alive later in the game when you see it. You gotta dig through, find more events, and then pitch maybe like some dead cards. Like I'll pitch like cards that aren't counters and stuff like that, just like dead events. Not really events, but yeah, you know what I mean. Just like dead counters, like Jinbeis and stuff later in the game. Sometimes they don't come up. So this card is just all-star. I played 3 3-drop king, or 3 6-drop king. I wanted to play the 7-drop. Just I didn't want to have too many cards that minus Dawn because Queen does it, and so does Blast Breath. 3 was okay. I felt like I might have needed either another 6-drop, or 1 7-drop. I'm considering a 9 as just like a heavy hitter because I just need something like really big. I like the kid matchup was really, really hard that day, the one that I lost to, and it was just because like everything was like weak. Like I had Pacifistas, but committing 2 Dawn to a Pacifista just to break even with a kid was really, really hard to out, especially when they have blockers. And then like just dropping a king to out a blocker and not have to commit at least 2 to 3 Dawn, it was just like it was so much to do. So yeah, I feel like I need a bigger card. And the last card is just Blast Breath. I only played 3. I think I played 4 before, but it's like really cloggy. 3 was fine. I saw it when I needed it, and I just recycle it at times as well because Sunday can grab any event. So there are times where I'll go Sunday and I'll just grab this instead. But this card's just a 4k counter at -1 Dawn. Yeah, that was the deck list. I think it played really, really well. Only changes I would make, like I said, are like the Crocodiles probably. Like this was ass. Maybe the missed double finger, and just add some more bigger cards. I do want to say that if you want to try this deck out, I do think it's like hard to pilot in the sense that like there's a lot of like you definitely have to test with it. I feel like it's not a deck you can just kind of like show up and like do well with. You do have to understand all the inner workings of the deck and stuff like that. There was like times where I would literally like put my heart, the heart of the cards, I guess you could say, where I would leave active Dawn up, and then I would go like love, draw 2, in hopes that on my opponent's turn, like when I do that, I draw into another event so that I would keep the active Dawn up. Because sometimes that would happen where you draw into events, and if you're tapped out on one love, like you might lose the game there. So I don't know. There's a lot of like intricate things that happen in the deck. But yeah, I think it performed really well. I'm really, really proud of the list. Shout out to my friend Manny for being my testing partner. It's unfortunate that like he tested against this because like, you know, I feel like most people don't play against this deck much, but yeah, like shout out to him for putting up having to play against it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Really want to bring out more One Piece content. If I can, try to do like feature matches and stuff like that. Maybe more deck profiles as well. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support lately, and peace out. See ya.